Hello, and welcome to the Public Human Resource Management course. This is Professor Saltanat Liebert at VCU. The topic of today's lecture is job analysis. Job analysis is a purposeful, systematic process that provides descriptive, job-related information that distinguishes the position that's being analyzed from other positions. Job analysis involves using a variety of systematic procedures for examining, documenting, and drawing inferences about work activities, work context, and attributes that an employee needs to have to successfully perform job duties. Examples of worker attributes include being detail-oriented, ability to handle stress and exercise good judgment under stress, or ability to walk for hours under unfavorable weather conditions. The main purposes of conducting a job analysis process is to use this particular information to create a right fit between the job and the employee, to assess the performance of an employee, to determine the worth of a particular task, and to analyze training and development needs of an employee delivering that specific job. Job analysis impacts HR activities in several ways. The first is recruitment and selection. Job analysis identifies knowledge, skills, and abilities, as well as other characteristics needed for the job. Job analysis is also helpful in developing compensation systems because it provides a procedure to systematically determine pay and other benefits. Job analysis serves as an important tool in performance evaluation. Finally, job analysis is also used for HR planning, career development, and training. It helps employers design training and career development programs because job analysis spells out what skills an employee needs to have to successfully perform the job duties. This allows the employer to conduct a needs assessment for training programs. Job analysis also shows which skills an employee needs to acquire to progress in his or her career to the next level. This allows the employers to help the employee's career development by identifying and supporting areas of growth. What is the difference between job analysis and job description? These two terms are often used interchangeably, although that's a mistake. Job description is a 1 to 4 page summary of tasks, responsibilities, and requirements that a specific job entails. Job analysis is the process of identifying what those tasks, responsibilities, requirements, and the job context are. So, job description is essentially a summary of the findings of the process of job analysis. Methods for collecting data necessary for a job analysis include interviews, questionnaires, structured task lists, observation, diaries or logs kept by incumbent employees, critical incident technique, and internet-based data collection. A comprehensive job analysis usually uses several data collection techniques. Sources of data include the incumbent employee, that employee's immediate supervisor, in-house HR specialists, and potentially clients or customers with whom the incumbent interacts on a regular basis. Once you've conducted job analysis, your findings would be summarized in a job description. In the next few slides, we'll review different parts of a job description. A sample job description that we will look at is for a policy analyst position at a nonprofit organization. I will post this job description in its entirety on Canvas, so you can take a detailed look at it later. Every job description starts with a brief description of an organization. This organizational description needs to be compelling because its role is to attract the best candidates to apply. In the sample that you see here, this section, in a black rectangle, starts with a description of an organization and then transitions to describe a specific unit where the successful candidate will work. The next section of the job description is a job summary. On this slide, it's in a red box. In this section, you would describe the nature of the job, who the position reports to, and whether and how many staff members the incumbent would supervise. The next section, in a blue box, includes a detailed list of duties and responsibilities. This is where you'll use most of the information that you have gathered through a job analysis process. If you notice here, the subsection is titled Essential Duties and Responsibilities, which implies that this list is not exhaustive and not complete. The next section of the job description, in a green rectangle, is a list of skills and abilities that a successful applicant needs to have. If the job requires travel, this is where you would list the approximate percentage of time that business travel is expected or required. If the incumbent needs to be able to drive for work reasons, you would list that here as well. An ability to drive and a valid driver's license is often taken for granted. But if you grew up in a major city like New York City with extensive public transit or overseas, you might not have ever needed to learn how to drive. So it would be important to explicitly mention the requirement and ability to drive here. If the job requires specific technical skills, that would be listed here as well. If there are regular public speaking expectations, it's a good idea to signal that in this section. That way, applicants for whom public speaking is either uncomfortable or even induces anxiety would know that upfront. The next section of the job description, marked in purple on this slide, lists the expectations for educational background and previous experience. If you notice, experience writing policy memos is required for this and many other positions in the public sector. In this course, you will have an opportunity to learn to write professional memos because several of the assignments will require that. This job also requires experience working in teams, which will be the primary format of work in the capstone course. If the job description is used to advertise a position, then you would need to include information about how to apply for the position. If the job description is an internal HR document used for performance evaluations, for career development and training, then this section, marked in lilac color here, is unnecessary. The final section that you see in this example, marked in light blue, is a section on working conditions. This section is pretty straightforward if the work is done in an office setting. But for first responders, law enforcement officers, social workers, and healthcare workers, this section would need to be a lot more detailed and accurately describe the working conditions. This is the end of the lecture on job analysis. Thank you for listening and take care.